Oh, hello, and welcome along to another Chris McPherson Show Daily Dose. It is Team List Tuesday in the NRL for round one. It's like Christmas come early for rugby league fans. We've had our appetite whet with Vegas happening, the Knights and Dogs getting wins and getting themselves rolling for 2026. And now it is time to have a look at the remainder of the competition. Well, all of those except for the Tigers, who have the round one bye. And we cannot wait to get into these other 6 matches across this weekend. We're looking forward to it. But of course, as always, make sure to hit like on the video, hit subscribe on the channel, and keep up to date with everything we're doing with the bell notification icon down below. That'll let you know each and every time we drop a video. And if you want to stay up to date with the sports shorts and snippets in between, you can follow us along on our social media channels at The Chris Mack Show, Instagram, TikTok, X, and Facebook. You'll find us on all of those. But let's rip through Team List Tuesday and talk about what all the moving pieces mean for the first game of the season for 12 more teams. Let's start with the Melbourne Storm up against the Parramatta Eels Thursday, Amy Park. It's going to be down there in Melbourne, and Craig Bellamy, well, his round one record is elite. The Melbourne Storm do not just ease into seasons. They put this side to the sword by almost a half century last season, and we're looking forward to seeing what they can dish up here. Su'A-Fa'alogo will officially start the new era as the number one for the Storm, with Ryan Pappenhausen having departed in the off-season. Their spine, though, it's still looking red hot. You've got Fa'alogo at the back, Cameron Munster, Jerome Hughes, Harry Grant. That is elite rugby league ball playing ability. You've got some brand new back rowers with Joe Chan, Adavalu Lasardi, and Alec McDonald making up their back row. And we're going to see some new debutants named on the bench, Cooper Clark and Preston Conn. Preston Conn, another one that's escaped the Knights system coming out of the Western Newcastle Rosellas. No Ryan Pappenhausen, no Xavier Coates, no Nelson Asafa-Solomona, but this is a side that is still dangerous. Underestimate them at your own peril. On the other side for Parramatta, their new look halves pairing for 1 year only. Mitchell Moses alongside former Melbourne Storm protege Jonah Pezzett. It's a genuine playmaking combo, but how quickly can they click and get firing? Brian Kelly and Jack DeBellin will make their club debuts for the Eels. Junior Barlow will lead a strong middle rotation that is boosted, obviously, by DeBellin. Sean Russell will shift wide with Josh Addo-Carr out of action. And look, the Eels, they finished the preseason strongly. They took out the preseason challenge. Their confidence will be up and about, and they'll be looking to hit the ground running and ruin Melbourne's round one dynasty. The Storm, they'll be favourites at home. History says to trust them and back them in round one. They look like they're going to be favourites by about a converted try to start this one. If the Eels can hang in early, pressure flips. Remember, last time around, the Storm blew them away in the first half. So it's all about who can get the better start. If the Storm start well and get on top, it could blow out. If the Eels can stay in the arm wrestle for the first 30 or 40, we could have an absolute game on our hands. We move to Friday, and we've got the New Zealand Warriors playing host to the Sydney Roosters. The Warriors' Charles Nickel-Klukstar will be ready to rock and roll at the back. James Fisher-Harris will lay the platform through the middle. Tanner Boyd, he'll get his first full crack at the number 7 jersey in Warriors colours. And, well, Roger Tuivasa-Sheck is fit and ready to rock and roll. That is a huge emotional lift for Warriors fans. Keep an eye on Morgan Gannon pushing for a debut. Could be one to watch throughout the season. But the home crowd here at Go Media Stadium as it goes by is going to be huge in round one. If the Wars can get big crowds behind them throughout this season, look for them to really perform strongly. For the Roosters, Daly Cherry Evans at 6, Sam Walker at 7. Don't worry about the jersey numbers on their back. They will play their roles as they need to. It's going to be a fascinating dynamic and how it all works out. James Tedesco at the back is still going to be elite. Rob Toya is back from injury after that startling resurgence, or surge, I should say, to fame in season 2025. Look for Connor Watson's impact. It's very much going to be interesting to see how these bench makeups play out. It's an experienced roster. It's packed with plenty of talent, and it knows how to grind its way out. They'll be looking for a round one win on the road. The Roosters are slight favourites away from home, but the Warriors at home are very dangerous underdog. The middle battle could decide it. I like what James Fisher-Harris offers for the Wars. I think they've got a chance to get on top here if the crowd can get behind them. Could be tight, could be tactical, field position heavy, and that's where Daly Cherry Evans can come into his own, closing out clutch games. That's where Manly utilise him so well, so often throughout his time there. But how will he go now as a new member of the Tricolours? Also on Friday night, a huge semi-final rematch from 2025. The Broncos up against the Panthers. Reece Walsh with the X factor, Adam Reynolds controlling the tempo alongside that spark of Ezra Mam, and what a spine that sets up for. You throw Payne Haas and Pat Carrigan barging and bumping through the middle, and these guys have got a point to prove after that loss to Hull KR in the World Club Challenge. You then got Ben Hunt to throw some spark off the bench, and as well as some new signings. Jack Kosowski in the back row, Grant Anderson coming off the bench. The defending premiers in front of their home crowd will be looking for a statement game. For the Panthers, Nathan Cleary is rip-roaring and ready to go. Isaiah Yeo will push through the middle. Liam Martin out, though, is a big loss for the Panthers, so Luke Garner will start. Brian Toto and Dylan Edwards, they're consistent. They will get through the meters. They will power this team out of their own end. They won't panic. They are disciplined. There's a reason they've been in as many grand finals as they have. And watch out for the Panthers to try and get some revenge back here. And then we head to Saturday. The Sharks versus the Titans out at Cronulla. Nico Hines steering the ship for the Sharks again. And Fanua Blake will be firing through the middle. Sione Katoa has been cleared fit and ready to roll. Talakai off the bench will be a power shift. Can play through the edges, play centre, can even run some minutes in the middle. This is a finals-ready roster if they can get everyone firing on the same page. The Gold Coast Titans, certainly a new look and some changes to this squad as they shape for round one. Some new owners as well. Lachlan Ilias will steer the ship with Jaden Campbell sidelined. AJ Brimson needs to find that key attacking spark if the Titans are to be much of a chance. Tino Fasul Malaawi and Moeki Fotuweka will carry a big load here. In terms of names to watch, though, for the season ahead, look for Siali Faimani. His debut, they've got youth, they've got unpredictability. How will Lachlan Ilias settle into a new team? It is a huge question for this one. The Sharks will be firm favourites and understandably so at home. The Titans, well, they're capable of some chaos footy. Their completion rate may well decide this one. If the Titans can be creative but disciplined, they can get a spark here and get a run against the Sharks and maybe, just maybe, catch them off guard in round one. Cronulla will look to control this, use the likes of Hines to steer the ship home and keep it all under wraps. We then head to the Seagulls versus the Raiders. Jamal Fogarty immediately comes up against his old side on Saturday at 4 Pines Park. For Manly, Tom Trbojevic will captain at fullback. Olakawatu is back from his shoulder reconstruction, the big bopper in the front row. Daniela Paseka as well. So there's some huge size additions for the Seagulls. Jamal Fogarty and Luke Brooks. It's an intriguing combo. Who's the game manager? Who's the creative? Who's the ball runner? There's a little bit of overlap there, and someone needs to take ownership of this side. Kobe Hetherington is a great pickup for Manly, a workhorse who'll get through plenty of minutes. The forward pack looking healthy again, but for how long? As we know, Olakawatu carrying that shoulder, Paseka coming back from an Achilles. They're tough to come back from, as we know. They can be niggly. And, of course, the talk of Jake Trbojevic. One more head knock could be the end of his career. Touch wood, that doesn't happen, but we'll see how he plays out. For the Canberra Raiders, Ethan Sanders, just his fifth NRL game, starting at halfback. Ethan Strange will be the creativity. We saw the spark he could create through the final series, and he was rewarded with a touring spot for the Kangaroos tour. Papali'i and Tapane, veteran front row, so much experience. Jaden Brayley will make his club debut, and they've got that youthful spark out wide. This team has absolutely all the attributes it needs to get W's and start the season on the right foot, but can they get that young and new-looking spine firing? That's going to be the question. Sanders and Strange, if that combo clicks, the Raiders could absolutely have the sky as their limit. The Seagulls are slight favourites at home. If Tommy Turbo can get firing with some space early, the scoreboard will move quickly and Manly will sit themselves well atop the ladder early in the NRL 2026 season. The Rangers, though, they'll be dangerous if their halves click. Both sides got plenty of attacking prowess. This could absolutely be high tempo. Watch for the forwards to get into each other early and then the backs to take on the show. We move to Sunday, the Dolphins versus the Rabbits. Dolphins, well, Hamasai Tabuai-Fidow, the hammer. The elite speed and explosive ability at the back is going to be such a key cog. Isaiah Katoa could well be the best halfback in the NRL, which when you look at some of the talent that we have is a huge statement. But watch how he manages the game. Watch all of those deft little touches. Watch all those pieces. He is so far ahead of the game. Tom Gilbert's captain in his first NRL game back from the pec tear. Great to see him back. Tom Flegler returns after a long injury layoff. Good to see him get through the preseason. And Selwyn Cobbo, how do they best unleash him? He's certainly an attacking weapon. Can he have some free rein to go and pop up where he needs to and to pick apart defences? They've got genuine strike across the park. It's just about making sure they execute on it and do so consistently, laying on the back of a good platform. For South Sydney, you talk about strike. Latrell Mitchell and Cody Walker are absolute box office at their best. David Fafita debuting in Cardinal, and Myrtle could be absolutely huge if we can get anywhere close to his best. Cam Murray's leadership's good as well. While Ashton Ward will be an interesting one, just his 7th NRL game, and he starts at a halfback. The Rabbitohs are still without Jai Arrow, so a little bit of a depletion in their forward pack, but plenty of big names across the park here. And Souths, they'll start this one as slight favourites. The Dolphins at home, they will always be competitive. This is an interesting one. Either side, you feel like, could get their season off to the right start. And both these sides should be aspiring to get into the top 8 and just working on making sure they win these games against other fringe top 8 aspirants. I think these two sides will go toe-to-toe very early on. It could open up late. It feels like there could be plenty of points back end of the game in this one. Well, that is our Round 1 Team List Tuesday pick apart. A huge thank you to you all for joining us. If you haven't already, please hit subscribe on the channel, hit like on the video, and get involved in the comments. Let us know where you see the upsets coming this week, and let us know what else we are to expect from season 2026. Who's going to be the disappointments? Who's going to be the surprise packets? Who are the rising stars to watch? We certainly can't wait for Round 1 to get underway. That taste in Vegas was just enough to get us excited, but now we are into the meat and potatoes of it all. But until next time, a big thank you to you for tuning into your home of the Black and White of Sports. No grey opinions here on the Chris McPherson Show.